The Dallas Mavericks have reached a buyout agreement with five-time All-Star shooting guard Klay Thompson, who's now expected to sign with the Miami Heat. Veteran forward DeMar DeRozan is signing a one-year deal with Denver for his 18th season in the NBA. Investment group founder Mark Stad has struck a deal to become the controlling owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves as well as the WNBA's Minnesota Lynx for $4.5 billion. Previous controlling owner Mark Lowry will retain a minority stake in the teams. Co-owner Alex Rodriguez will increase his stake. NFL media just reported that the Houston Texans are signing veteran receivers Sterling Shepard and Zay Jones after Jayden Higgins tore his ACL earlier this week. Seattle Seahawks receiver Jake Bobo was carted off the practice field today with a knee injury. Head coach Mike McDonald said it appears to be significant. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
Oh, yeah. Ready to close out an awesome week here on Fox Sports Radio. Steve Covino, Rich Davis, Danny G, and you, Fox Sports Radio Nation, on a Friday.
Let's
Hell
go, man.
yeah.
Here we go.
Covino and Rich live from L.A., and, man, we're going to have an orgy of fun today, aren't we, guys?
Well, slow down, Michael K.
What do you mean? I've been saying that for years. That's not an expression? Orgy of laughs. How about that?
Okay,
Bringing
perfect.
the laughs here, and, of course,
How about you never say that word again?
we're giving
on
it
the show?
what do you mean? We're giving away an orgy of prizes,
Makes
too.
you feel weird?
No, we're going to play Brainwave. We have lots of giveaways. We got Weekend Hobnobbing. We got some NFL to discuss. But first and first, mostly, we rock out into the freaking weekend. Let's go.
All right.
Perfetta's here. We got the Cron in the building. Always fun when the Cron is here. And let the Wild Rumpus start. What's up, Rich?
Just trying to manifest good things like Joe Burrow.
You got to say, Hum Num Shavai, Hum Num Shavai, Hum Num Shavai, Hum Num Shavai. But you know what? I'm very pumped for this weekend, man. School has already begun here in Los Angeles, so the kids have a football game tonight. My daughter is on the cheer team, so I'm going to be cheer dad, doing all the choreography at the varsity game
Oh, you
tonight.
stand up and do it with them?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm super pumped. It's going to be a little Friday Night Lights tonight for me, and, of course, ready to watch the Yanks and ready to watch some sports. There's a good fight this weekend I'll tell you about, too, on Weekend Hobnobbing.
Perfect. You want to start with some NFL? Let's do this. Joe Burrow. The expectations every year.
You have to tell me why this is such a big deal, because I got to tell you, first and first mostly, that I'm a guy that truly believes you got to visualize and believe it into existence.
I've seen Covino. I'm not even joking. In our single days.
Well, it's a zone that you get in. You know what I mean? You know the zone, like the zone when you can't miss, when Jordan's just throwing up shots, when Jokic is just throwing up two-handed shots and they just fall in because you're in the zone. When you're in the zone mentally, go ahead, tell them what happens, Rich, because you've seen it.
I've seen it. Covino, when we were single, this is a weird conversation, but he'd be thinking about like a random girl we met, and he's like, watch if I think hard enough. And I've seen his phone light up, and it's like, it's her. Like,
and there was no trickery involved, man. I would send out the signals, send out the vibe.
There's almost a sense of like, yo, if you put good things out there, and I'm not getting all hippy-dippy on you guys, but I am a firm believer in if you lead with the negative all the time, nothing good's going to happen. If you're a positive, happy person, good things will come your way. It's like it's the law of attraction,
It's
man.
the law of attraction. I know it sounds hippy-dippy and weird, but
I don't think it does.
Let me give you an example.
I think it sounds hippy-dippy to losers, to be honest. I think winners know you surround yourself with winners. I always tell your friends and family that are bummed out, I'm like, well, show me your friends, and if they're bummed out, sad people, oh man, nothing goes right. You're gonna fall into that trap.
You think Joe Burrow took his career this far without believing in himself and visualizing that he could, and again, thinking that into existence? You think these guys did this just by accident? You think all the brands that Rich and I have been affiliated with were by accident? You know, all the brands and things we've worked for are things that we're into because we thought about it, we manifested it, we made it happen. It's thinking about it, visualizing, and then taking action. It doesn't happen magically. You have to take those right steps. But, Rich and I worked for Maxim. We've worked for SNY in New York, home of the Mets, Jets, and all things New York sports. We've worked for ESPN, Sirius Satellite Radio, Fox Sports Radio. I work for the biggest rock station in New York City because I love the rock music.
Manifestation.
You manifest these things into existence. That's part of it, because if you don't think that, it'll never happen. That's step number one.
All right, put away your crystals, weirdo. No, I'm kidding.
No, I know. I know how it sounds, but I think that's part of the reason that Burrow's getting criticism.
I'll give you we'll play the Burrow clip in a second because I want you to hear Joe, because we also have another discrepancy. Danny thinks he's all about himself, like I. I think he's a team guy. So
what do you think he's like Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah. I want to talk about that, but you're the guy that said, "Hey, this weekend there's a big fight."
Yeah.
We've talked to fighters of all shapes and sizes, heavyweights, lightweights, the big guys, the small guys, and everyone says the same thing. They visualize how the fight's going to go.
You have to some degree, and I get it. When all people are doing this, how does it even out? But I'll tell you this, the guy that's not thinking that way has a tougher chance of making it happen.
Well, take a listen to Joe Burrow talking about this upcoming season.
I'm trying to put it out into the world. I'm trying to manifest it. I'm trying to show our guys the urgency that I have and that I want us to have as an organization to go and make it happen. You can keep pushing it down the road, or you can talk about it now and say this is the year. I'm tired of saying next year. This is it. Life is too short to keep pushing things down the road, and I'm trying to instill some urgency and some intensity in everybody to go and be great every day and try to go make it happen.
I think everything he said there is amazing.
Stop saying I, Rich.
We think everything he said was amazing.
Does he sound mad? Does he sound too urgent? This is getting a lot of criticism, so what's standing out to you guys? For me, I'm thinking, well, would you want him to think the opposite as the leader of the team? Like, do you want him to think like that it can't be possible, it's not the year, maybe next year sort of attitude? I wouldn't want to hear that from my franchise leader. I think he said everything right. I think, and I know that it sounds a little hippy-dippy, and people are like, all right, there, secret boy, law of attraction boy. I get how that sounds. But I would take a look at everyone living their dreams and fulfilling their goals, and I bet you most of those guys think that way.
Danny, I look at a guy like Joe Burrow, and he's in that category of Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, quarterbacks that are like 30 years old, where I agree when he said, I'm sick of, as he said, essentially, kicking the can down the road. Because you keep saying next year. What happens, Danny, every time Lamar, Burrow, or Josh Allen gets eliminated in the divisional or like AFC championship game? It's like, you know what? They got time next year. The next years are adding up.
Did you throw Herbert into your conversation? Because I think
Herbert,
there's a small
he's 28,
list.
He's almost there too. I agree. This is a year. I think this year, now that he has Mike McDaniel and Harbaugh and a new system in place, I think if Justin Herbert doesn't at least win a playoff game or one or two, you could start being like, what's the deal with this guy?
Yeah, I love watching Burrow play, and I understand his frustration with the Bengals, but he's not one of the guys that the national media piles on. He gets a pass due to injuries.
I know, but I still do think that because he's likable. I agree, but there are a handful of quarterbacks. We talked about this with Drew Brees when we filmed in for Dan Patrick this week, and it says sentiment, Danny, you and I and Covino, we've all discussed for the last couple of years. When you have these super talented QBs, the Lamar Jacksons and Joe Burrows and Josh Allens and Justin Herberts, you can even add guys like the Jordan Loves and Baker Mayfield.
Wait, do you mean Justin Herbert, the greatest quarterback in the world?
Trevor Lawrence, according to Harbaugh. When you bring up all these guys, what does everyone like to say? When they're all said and done, they'll win one. Not everyone wins one. Ask
Drew Brees said.
Ask Jim Kelly. Ask Bernie Kosar. Ask Dan Marino. Ask a lot of quarterbacks.
Joe Burrow said.
Ask Randall
Allen,
Cunningham.
He said Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow. He thinks those are the three that will get one.
Yeah, but then again, now you're banking on these three teams will win a Super Bowl within the next 10 years.
Maybe
Otherwise,
not. Maybe not. But what do you think about what he said there? There's a lot of criticism on social media about hippy-dippy attitude.
You know what gets in the way of those things?
Like
Covino?
big dreaming, a lot about him. It sounded a little self-centered. I think he's taking an accountability. Like, if I expect my team to feel this way, I got to feel this way. So, yeah, I want them to feel like me with this sense of urgency.
Well,
That's the way I interpret it.
Not only that, Covino, as I said to you when we were sitting before the show, the pressure's not on. No offense, like the offensive lineman or the tight end or, some assistant coach or even the head coach. The pressure's on Joe Burrow.
True.
The expectation's always been there. He's likable. But, Danny, you're right. That likable's there. But there's a sentiment that, all right, come on, Joe. Like, we're expecting something.
But he is putting the pressure on all of them with those comments that he just said.
You don't think he should say
and I'm not saying that's wrong, Rich, but you're saying the pressure's not on his teammates in the front office for Cincinnati. It definitely is right now.
Can we hear it one more time?
I'm trying to put it out into the world. I'm trying to manifest it. I'm trying to show our guys the urgency that I have and that I want us to have as an organization to go and make it happen. You can keep pushing it down the road, or you can talk about it now and say this is the year. I'm tired of saying next year. This is it. Life is too short to keep pushing things down the road, and I'm trying to instill some urgency and some intensity in everybody to go and be great every day and try to go make it happen.
I don't know, man. A leader leads, and I think that's what he's doing right there. That's what I'm getting out of it. If he's not urgent, why would anyone else be urgent?
Look around the TVs that are in the studio, ESPN, FS1, everything. The headline is Joe Burrow. So we're talking about it because everyone is. Look, tired of saying next year, this is it. Manifesting it. And you know what? What has happened?
He's quoting Kenny Loggins, bro.
This is it.
Yeah. Make no mistake where you are.
This is it. Come on, Isaac.
He
always loves a good Kenny.
Do you know the next line? Because I don't. I was just hoping you did.
Until it's over, then never one.
Thank you,
no
Cron.
one can tell you. Man, hey, they shut off my microphone.
Man, that was great.
You know what?
I didn't know you hit the falsetto like
The
that.
hell? Our YouTube audience just got cut in half.
No way, man. That was cool as hell.
Please mark Isaac down for our karaoke night.
But this is it. He's putting the pressure. I like it, man. I think that's the approach. But here's the flip side. I will give you the flip side because it's garnering a lot of criticism, right?
Yeah.
Think about what happened.
The doofuses.
Different sport, and I know that's a no-no sometimes. It's a different sport, and there's different rules. It's a different game. But in baseball, this year, what did Jazz Chisholm do, man? He made a
proclamation. He said he was going to go 50-50.
50-50, and you know what? He's fallen incredibly short, and that comes up to haunt him like crazy. Yeah. So that's the flip side. Like every time he strikes out, he did say he was going to go 50-50 this year. Dude, I can't tell you how many times I heard that thrown in his face. And what'd he do? He just put some fun pressure on himself to like, hey, man, I had a good year last year. I'm going for it this year. I look at that as like fun pressure that he put on himself. Like, I think I could do it. Let's do it. And, man, they haven't let him live it down at all. So that's the flip side because you don't want to eat your words. And that could be the flip side to what Joe Burrow's doing here by saying, like, this is it. Those are big words. Those are.
Now, something we love to do on our show, because I can't help myself.
You mean you love to do?
Yeah, but you got to be a big thinker and have crazy belief to be playing in a league at this level.
I don't know if he's ready.
Oh, I don't want to hear it.
Let's do some schedule watching.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
The Rich loves to look at the schedule game.
Schedule watching. Yeah. I love to look at the schedule more than any other host on this network. I can't go week by week when people say week by week, one game at a time. Hogwash. I like to look a month ahead. Covino's the type of guy, I'm like, yo, dude, next Friday, you want to get drinks? He's like, I don't want to talk about next Friday. I know what I'm doing 2 Fridays from now. Let's look at the beginning of the schedule for the Bengals because what has Cincinnati's issue been over the last couple of years? Injuries, but also, remember these slow starts where every year it seems like they were digging out of a hole, where it seemed like the Bengals had to have a pretty sweet December going into January to even make the playoffs? That was the sentiment across the AFC North the last, it seems like since he's been there. Joe Burrow's never started out, in my memory, like, wow, this team's cruising. Maybe like 1 year. Other than that, I feel like Joe Burrow is always playing from behind, chasing victories, and it's a team you like to watch, but they never have a great start, right? With that said, Vegas has them at 10.5 wins over under. So Vegas is saying that they are likely – some places have 9.5. So what we're talking about is a team that's predicted by the odds setters to be a 9 to 10 win team. Are they 9-8? Are they 10-7? Are they 11-6?
Let's go over the schedule.
The sentiment is that they're an over 500 team, but are they an over 500 team that could beat Buffalo? Could they beat Kansas City or the Chargers or or the Broncos or the Texans defense? Like there's a lot of good teams in the AFC. So let's kick it off their season. Oh man, he's playing your boy week 1. The Bucs at the Bengals.
It's a battle.
2 of your favorites, Burrow
At home, though, for them.
and Mayfield. It's in Cincinnati.
Somebody's got to win. If we're buying into his power of positive thinking,
All right,
Bengals.
1-0.
Yeah.
Then they go to Houston. I'm going to be real and say Houston's defense at home, I'm still believing that team's like until you prove me wrong, Danny, would you agree that Houston defense is still like insane?
Stellar, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
C.J. Stroud won't struggle until the postseason.
Yeah,
And we have no reason to think their defense is any less.
All right, so let's go 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
Then they play the Steelers. I think Aaron Rodgers will have a nice little farewell tour, but I still think the Bengals might be a better team. So I'm going to go 2-1.
Okay.
Then they play the Jags in Cincinnati. If they're for real, 3-1. The Dolphins, 4-1. Then they play the Ravens.
4-2.
That's always a slugfest.
In Baltimore.
It is.
Let's just say they split, so we'll give the Ravens that one because it's in Baltimore. 4-2. Then they play the Titans and the Falcons. 5-2, 6-2. I think I'm going to only go halfway. I think at the halfway point for this team to be taken serious, I think after week 8 of the NFL, at the halfway point, pretty much because there's 17 games now, but you know what I mean. At the halfway point, 8 games in, if you're on pace for 12-ish wins, I think Joe Burrow's where he wants to be. Now you could say, let's see what happens later in the schedule. They play the Saints, the Browns a couple times, the Chiefs. They play the Panthers. Their schedule isn't that tough. When we did some schedule watching in the last couple weeks, there are teams that you're like, who do they play?
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like 4 tough weeks in a row.
Bills had a tough schedule.
Bills have a brutal schedule.
Real tough.
I don't think the Bengals do.
Mm-mm.
I think, as Joe Burrow said, tired of saying next year, this is it. I think this could be it, meaning they're legit shot, because if they really do clean house in their division, I think, as you said, you and Danny alluded, like, I don't know, man, but Pittsburgh or even Cleveland plays in division tough, and the Baltimore Ravens.
By the way, can I mention one other thing?
If you do well in your division, I think it's a 12-win team Cincinnati has.
I think we were very critical of Joe Burrow's body language and the things he said last year, too. Remember, he said some ho-hum sort of things and had this negative sort of attitude, and it made it seem like he didn't want to play anymore. Remember we speculated on his attitude last season? So it's sort of damned if you do, damned if you don't, because he comes out
when he was ho-hum, he was criticized.
Yeah.
And now when he's all gung-ho.
When he's all gung-ho about this season and this is it and the power of positive thinking, people are like, dude, come on, man. What a hippy-dippy thing to say. And you're a victim of it, Rich. What'd you say? You brought up crystals and things like that just because the guy has a positive mindset.
No, but because I know there's people that...
Because he used the word manifesting.
Because I'm not a hippy-dippy weirdo, but I do believe in the power of positivity. I do think that if you hang out with like winners and positive people, good things happen. I have family members that surround themselves with negative people down on their luck, and then they're like, man, life really sucks. I'm like, how about you hang out with better people?
That's law of attraction.
I'm not saying abandon people, but I'm saying like surround yourself with better friends.
He's trying to bring a better attitude.
You know, we used to call them the Smokies in New York, right?
The Smokies are people that are outside the building, cold with earmuffs on, smoking, together, complaining in a circle about how miserable work is.
Go to New York City, outside of every building. Covino described it. Picture someone in the cold winter, cold, but they got their cig hanging out their mouth.
They'd be like, the smoking posse that would leave.
They're complaining about their boss and everything's miserable, and they find other Smokies.
It's birds of a feather.
And birds of a feather.
So he's trying to take the leadership position here as quarterback and say, no, man, no, we're going to do it this year. Who's coming with me? And think about how he was criticized last season for doing the opposite. We were like, man, what's going on with him, dude? Is this his last year? Does he not want to play anymore? Remember, because he was acting like a little baby boy.
You know what?
He was pouting a little bit.
Good memory, because I think a lot of people forget that when he was injured, he did have a sentiment of like, man, is this even like?
Is
do
it
I
even
want to
worth
do
it,
this?
man?
Yeah.
Like, what's it even mean?
Because Danny, I
He was
guarantee
saying a lot of like cryptic things.
I guarantee that someone at least on this network or another one talked about, is Joe Burrow thinking about walking away?
It was all over TV and
Yeah,
radio.
that was the story at the end of the
We
season.
didn't buy into it. We bought into the fact that it's probably hard to play for that organization right now because you know the deal with that front office and contracts and them being a little bit tight and you know him wanting things to be improved, especially with that O-line back in the day. So he's had his troubles with the organization, but he wants to win for the city of Cincinnati.
I'm gonna do a deep dive this weekend on the Bengals.
Who are you, Jacques Cousteau?
I'm gonna put on my goggles. Isaac laughed at that one. You got someone to laugh. Isaac, any thoughts? I mean, not to put you on the spot, or Danny, Profet is in the house too. Did the Bengals do a decent enough job in the offseason on their O-line? Have they bolstered it at all? Because that was always a Burrow issue. The guy who's been on his ass way too much. Dropping back in that pocket. Limited time. What's up, Profet?
I don't even think it's a matter of the offensive line at this point. It's just how Burrow plays football. This has been something
reckless
that's
and moving around too.
Well,
taking long.
no. It's what was his defining characteristic at LSU? It was, I am going to hold on to the ball at the very last second and get the ball out to my receiver.
Zip it
and
out
I will
to
get
Jamar Chase at the
drilled.
very last. Yeah.
But he will always get drilled while he's doing it, and that earns you a lot of respect from the guys in your team to be able to pull that off.
Yeah, but you got to
that
evolve.
stops being. I was gonna say that stops being as fun and tolerable to do when you're playing against grown men now
in the NFL.
In the NFL, and like I think we're seeing
C.
his body
Jackson-
just not
C. Jackson,
able to keep up with it.
C. Jackson Dart seeing the same deal, right?
Like he hasn't evolved his game away from like you have to make sure you're not getting hit. You're the quarterback. You have to last 17 plus games.
It's a great point, Perfect. When Drew Brees was here this week, when we were filling in for Dan Patrick, he said that about Josh Allen, about how his game has evolved, and that's maybe what Joe Burrow has to do, or maybe he has done, and we'll see.
Josh is a little bigger than Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's
but
not
he's
a little guy.
It's also that
he's
style
not as
Josh
reckless.
plays. Yeah.
He's not as reckless, though,
Yeah.
as he once was, right? He did switch it up a little bit. So, because it's the NFL, you're going to get hurt.
And don't forget, they really went to work on their defense. They acquired Dexter Lawrence II, Jonathan Allen, Brian Cook, Kyle Duggar at safety. So it was almost like the Bengals saying what Perfett said, the O-line is not the issue any longer. We need to get this defense up to par.
I don't even know if the O-line is their issue or not. I'm just saying some of this is on Burrow himself at the end of the day.
Can we all agree? It's going to be a fun watch. I mean, every game's a fun watch in the NFL,
hell
but
yeah.
I think the Bengals are one of those like, ooh, interesting. Like, I think
that's all we're really doing, too, is hyping ourselves up.
And not to focus too much on the schedule, watching, but when you do look at those first 8 games, if they are for real and this is it, if Joe Burrow's right, if this is it, like, we got to really, this is the year where it's like enough kicking the can down the road. Is this team and this franchise where it's at for me in the future? They should be 6-2 at the midway point. And then I said, when you looked at the second half of their schedule, it's not that tough either. They got the Browns a couple times. They play like the Panthers. So the Bengals should win. If they are real, I would hammer the hell out of that over 10 in Vegas, over that 10.5.
It's a very interesting point just because I have started to see, I think it's funny to see because every year you'd see Joe Burrow making it into top 10 quarterback lists or even top 5 quarterback lists very easily. But this offseason, it's always now coming with this asterisk of, I don't know if I can trust him to stay healthy. So again, to the point where Joe Burrow needs to evolve his game, if he wants to manifest this, part of this is on the question of you got to stay healthy for the full season. Like there's been too many times watching a great Bengals team just go to the wayside because you got to trade for Joe Flacco.
Yep.
Thank you guys for all the feedback. Willamilla Kreider says, great, now Kenny Loggins is stuck in my head. Nostalgic Anonymous says, love that you guys are throwing respect on them and not chasing a fake story about Burrow wanting out, because again, that's what it was last year. So he's positive now. Look at it that way. That's what you want to hear to start the season.
And you know what? Our buddy Mauser, who's from that area, said, good for Joe Burrow. The city of Cincinnati has lived in a state of there's always next year since the March shot 1990 Reds. Like, that city has been thirsting. They've been thirsting hell of a third for a championship. So, hey, good luck to the Bengals. We'll talk a little bit more NFL quarterbacks coming up, plus some funny stories about college football and
Brainwave. We got
Brainwave.
prizes, yeah.
Oh, can't wait. Look at that. All right, more CNR next right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Every sports season built on preparation, studying the trends, and making the necessary adjustments to reach the ultimate goal. Investing deserves the same approach. So with Webull, you have access to real-time market data, advanced tools, and an intuitive app designed to help you make informed decisions.
Whether you're actively trading stocks, options, ETFs, and more, or planning for the long term for you and your fam with IRAs, cash management, and custodial accounts for kids, Webull gives you the tools to invest your way all on one platform.
Looking to take your preparation to the next level? Check out Webull's Learn resources and join their in-app community feed to discuss investing trends and happenings alongside 25 million users globally. And now, to help streamline your trading activities and elevate your strategy, try Vega, Webull's personal market AI assistant that can give real-time analysis, watch list insights, and alerts when earnings drop.
So get your financial portfolio game ready by downloading the Webull app today or visiting Webull.com.
Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/disclosure.
Frank Caliendo on the Covino and Rich show, in for DP. It's always a pleasure. Thanks again for your time, Frank. We appreciate you. Now, John Madden, obviously you talked about him. Have you accepted Nick Cage as the role? Because I feel like last time we talked, you rolled your eyes a little bit about it.
No. It's more that people keep talking to me about it. I'm like, me or Nick Cage? I'm picking Nick Cage for my life story. All right. If I could have Nick Cage, hi, I'm Frank Caliendo, and I'm the guy who does a John impression. John Madden, John Gruden, doesn't matter. Boom! Use it where you will.
Dude, it is kind of tough, though, because you still see the Nick Cage. His face is so famous. We've actually interviewed Nick Cage, right? And from our perspective, imagine him sitting like right across the table from us. And like the whole time I got all these questions lined up, but I'm looking at his famous face and his throwing like there's Nick Cage right there in a white t-shirt, and his face is so famous. I think that, you still see it, even though he gained all that weight and the prosthetics and everything else. You still see his face in John Madden.
Why do you keep
really curious?
Why do you keep asking me about Carrot Top? I don't understand this line of questioning.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, he's so famous. I mean, people, when you're that famous, I don't know how much of a regular life you can have. So I think I told you guys this. They called me to have a Zoom call with Nicolas Cage about that movie. And I was like, no. They're like, why not? I was like, because I want to hang out with Nicolas Cage. I want to go. If I'm going to, give him the Madden recipe, if I'm going to talk about where you put the voice in your mouth and sound like it sounds like you're eating a full lemon right there, and you're not getting rid of lemons, just not a Starburst, a full lemon, just like Will Sasso. Boom. So if I'm going to give that up, I want to hang out with him for a day. I want to walk around and, see his exotic animals. Here's my monitor lizard, Frank. What would John Madden say? That I want to go through that. I want to have the Leslie Stahl walk and talk. That's what I want to be a part of. So, but they just went on. I think he's going to sound kind of like Nicolas Cage. Boom. That guy looks like he just got hit by a freight train.
Yo, Frank, I got to ask you, one of my favorites you did, one of the last times we talked, we were having some fun with Romo, who got in some trouble lately. Oh, Jimmy.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Jim. We're going to be working in the Jimmy John's just so I can say Jim. Here we go, Jim. Oh no, I really like Romo. So I don't know, and he grew up from me not that far. That all happened in Burlington, Wisconsin, and I grew up in Waukesha. That's like just a little bit down the road. So yeah, I don't know. I feel bad kind of ripping into people. I don't know what's happening with him. Right? Is he just like I don't know.
They're rearranging CBS's like partnerships in the booth. So I don't know. I like Romo in the booth and stuff. I was gonna say, because you were very quick to do a great Romo. Are there some guys that maybe they just don't have anything distinct about their voice? Like I haven't heard anyone do like a Tom Brady. Are there some people where it's like, hey, he really does nothing interesting with his voice? He's just got he's a regular guy. Are there people like that?
Yeah, there's lots. You don't see me or anybody else doing impressions of them. I think
if you assume if there's someone very popular that none of you guys in that top tier have taken on
or picked up on the nuances, right?
They're just sort of not giving you much.
Yeah, I mean, actors have movie roles, so you can reverse engineer it from that a little bit. But people told me you could never do an Adam Schefter, and I was like, according to my sources, at this particular time, I believe I have a way in. Or the people you think don't have. So I remember when George W. Bush was first elected president, I was at Mad TV. There's nothing to do with this guy, and like, I think there is. We'll figure something out, man. So there's stuff that comes along and you just have to wait for the right moment, and something has to be a defining moment for the person. And then I think there could be some. Tom Brady, he does have a relaxed kind of almost vocal fry type of voice at times. So there's probably something to do with that. But what is he? What's the thing that you're making fun of? Him being a great looking guy that's got tons of money. Only so much there is to do with that. And I'm not really pulling that off. So
I was what would maybe John Gruden think though about Tom Brady holding his nose when he jumps in the ocean? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that, man. That's
man. This is it. Ooh, this is it.
That was also the
Joe Burrow
Michael Jackson tour, right? And that didn't work out the way it was supposed to.
This is it. Covino and Rich, Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, I wish Joe Burrow the best,
me
man.
Me too, man. I was talking to a lot of the guys in the hallway during the break. We just talked about observations from the preseason and like, when you saw Trey Lance dapping up Brock Purdy after the game, like what's going through their minds? Like, like they're both quarterbacks in the NFL, but one was Mr. Irrelevant, who was getting paid over $50 million, and one was the top 3 pick, and now he's a backup hoping to stay in the league. Like
everybody has a different path.
Things move fast, man.
Things change quickly.
It's a weird relationship, I bet.
I mean, we saw mutual respect, and that's good enough. So I hope you're enjoying the preseason. We're enjoying Joe Burrow today and the things he had to say. Hope you had a Raiders sort of night. Shout out to Fernando and Mr. Buck, of course.
Yeah, the pick six wasn't nice, but he came back after that and threw a few darts.
Learning experience, Danny G.
Hold on, I have a question.
What practice is for.
Let me hear him. Let me hear Fernando with his Mr. Buck again, because I thought there was something about it where
I call him Fernando because he does.
He's just so likable, right? Listen to Fernando Mendoza last night.
Thank you. Please do. And please tell Mr. Buck I say hello.
Oh, we love it. There you go. What about Mr. Aikman?
Oh, of course. I mean, he's a legend, I think Mr. Buck needs some more love because, Mr. Aikman's already,
Well said, Fernando. You nailed it.
No.
Thank you. God bless.
The best
back
was
to you guys.
See, there it is. Back to Mr. Buck. That's the stuff. I mean,
Danny G, remember he went on a rant about there was a few plays. This is last week.
Yeah.
There's a few plays I wish I could take back. Actually, I don't wish I could take them back because they're a learning experience. He's so wild. He's so funny, dude.
He's likable. He's odd.
Corny at times.
Yes.
I said to Danny, does the Raiders fan base at some point, because he's so damn likable, even when he's corny, when he's funny.
Maybe he changes like the attitude of the Raiders fans. Like these hard vatos are like, you know what? Maybe we should have a more positive.
No. See, it's the other way around. Ever since the Raiders drafted him, the joke online has been, a few weeks with Max Crosby, and he's going to have tatted up arms,
no
neck.
way, no. He's going to
that.
have a different effect on these, these hardcore Raider guys. They're going to be like, you know what? How are you today?
My biggest takeaway.
Great to see you, Denny G.
That's got to be racist.
No, it's not.
The biggest takeaway from that preseason game, I am so excited to watch Clint Kubiak coach this team. We know he loves to run the ball, and Mike Washington Jr., Cowherd called him maybe the steal of the NFL draft. The Raiders got him in the 4th round. What a beast, ripping off 33-yard runs again.
Dude's fast.
Last night, not only fast, but
Speed
his
kills,
cuts
man.
and his side-to-side agility and the way he shakes off would-be tacklers. He's fun to watch. Him with Ashton Genty is going to be special in the backfield.
And Rich's 49ers clobbered the Chargers. On a side note,
Clobbered because that's a preseason.
but
I know.
but
you're right.
It's better than not, right?
Better than not. You're right.
Side note, my sister was at that game, right, at SoFi, and her little nose-picking kid, my nephew James, the little kids got to play on the field during halftime. Like, what a thrill, man.
How cool is that?
Yeah, how cool is that?
That's really cool.
And speaking of the Niners, 2 quick observations. As we all start sizing up our fantasy teams, because you're going to be doing those drafts before you know it, right? Before you know it, you'll be like, what day? Oh, man, do I have to put it on auto draft?
People are
what
doing
time?
them right now if they didn't do it last week.
My question is this. When you don't know how many touches certain guys are going to get, they're the trickiest dudes. But it might be like one of those, snag him in the last round. Stribling on the 49ers. You don't know where this guy fits in because McCaffrey, Kittle, Debo got 1 catch for 4 yards and all right, you're out of here. When you don't know how that system will really run, and Mike Evans, they're holding off on him because he was a little banged up. Where does this guy fit in? Is he part of this system or is he just the preseason guy who was a draft pick? You don't know. The Niners have a lot of weapons when healthy. So if you're lining up that offense, Danny G, does Stribling get any touches, or is he going to be like the steal of a fantasy draft? Because
why don't you check out I Want Your Flex with Dan Byer?
You're not mine.
He might have the scoop.
You know what? What a nice promotion for your pal DB.
He might know more than most people. He's a fantasy football guy.
And if you're Brock Purdy, are you offended that you are on 0 people's top 10 lists? Perfect, you said before you see a lot of these top 10 lists, and Burrow always has the asterisk now, if he stays healthy. Brock Purdy doesn't sniff these top 10 lists, and if I'm him, that's like that. That's a nice little chip on the shoulder. No, still?
The way Hard Knocks is glazing Jackson Smith and Jigba, I imagine that he's going to be a
top
number
pick for you,
one. The way they talk about him being like the premier player in the NFL.
Yeah.
The show's all about loving this dude. You fall in love with this dude. Hard Knocks checking out this weekend. We'll tell you what to watch this weekend. Weekend Hobnobbing plus Brainwave. But let's set up 2 stories and then get into it. The Cron has an update. School's back here in Los Angeles. The rest of the world after Labor Day weekend, right?
It is wild to think that some kids are still vacationing. Meanwhile,
college is earlier.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
There's a 2-pronged school story. Kids are so reluctant to go back to school, Thornton Mellon style, that in Detroit, this is like a side story.
You went Thornton Mellon. I thought you were going to go Billy Madison. Back to school.
No. Thornton Mellon.
Dude, I love this story right here.
You went Rodney Dangerfield. I like
Yo, Perfett, you're from Detroit. Listen to this one. In Detroit, they're basically, this is my understanding, they're bribing kids. They're like,
they're
kid.
rewarding kids.
Oh, rewarding kids. Okay. Hey, kid, if you go to school, here's what we're going to do.
That's your job.
We're going to give you $100 a week for perfect attendance. That's what a problem it is.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a little kid not going to school if you're like a family struggling for some cash?
Man, I'd have my clothes set out every night.
I would have my kid there first thing in the morning on time prompt and with an apple. If you're getting paid $100, that's $400 a month for your kid just to go to school. That's what they're doing in Detroit.
It's bribery. Don't say it's rewarding. You know my little nose picker, my son Ben. Yesterday,
that's what an issue it is for these kids to go.
He's in 1st grade. He's starting to get homework, right, for the first time. He goes, Dad, if I do my homework, could you buy me Pokemon cards? I said, how about if you don't do your homework, I take away your Pokemon cards?
Oh, I like that.
What are you doing? You're not going to get rewarded for doing something you're supposed to do. It's like a guy that goes to Vegas and it's like, honey, I didn't cheat on you. I'll take care of my kids. You're not supposed to
Way
cheat.
to kill his joy, Rich.
Now, here's the other school side story. And I'm not saying all Detroit schools. I'm saying there's a story. I don't know the details really, but there is a true story about that going on in Detroit. Now, there's a dude, Lenora Sellers from South Carolina, right?
He's a Gamecock.
He's a Gamecock. And the story is, you know what? The other story is that none of these big-time college dudes are going to class anyway anymore. They're really not. Like, they used to show up. Now they're just not going. And this dude has no class this semester. But guess what he's doing?
Yeah, no classes.
Guess what he's doing, though?
Well,
That's the funny part.
You got to have at least a couple credits coming in, right?
Yeah. So he has no classes. Like, we'd be thrilled if we had, like, no Friday classes because we'd manipulate the schedule
Load
and whatever.
load up those Tuesday, Thursday classes.
He has no classes at South Carolina because he's doing an internship at a driving range.
What is he driving around the little metal cart that picks up the balls?
So he's like, yeah, everyone's like, yeah, where's Lenora Sellers this semester?
He's their QB1, by the way.
Yeah, well, he'll be at practice, but during the day, he's interning at a driving range. So driving range is what he's doing
Let's go.
this semester. Now, it got us thinking of the most ridiculous courses you took in your life, and we all did. We all have stories, and we all have reasons. So 877-99 on Fox to share yours.
All right, let's go to ILO for an update. Isaac Lowenkron, what's up, man?
We also have some breaking news along those quarterback lines.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day, Tom Brady, summer of 1999 and summer of 1998. Assistant clubhouse manager, University of Michigan golf course.
Ooh.
Summer of 1998, course ranger and starter, Polo Fields Golf and Country Club in Jackson, Michigan.
Wow.
So apparently he's just trying to follow in some
Look at that.
footsteps.
Dude, I don't think I knew that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Our top story actually comes from the NBA because the Dallas Mavericks have reached a buyout agreement with five-time All-Star shooting guard Klay Thompson, who is now expected to sign with the Miami Heat.
Wow.
No word yet on what this means for the South Beach social scene, considering Thompson is apparently too wild even for a stallion, allegedly. Anyway, veteran forward DeMar DeRozan signing a one-year deal with Denver for his 18th season in the NBA. Investment group founder Mark Stad has struck a deal to become the controlling owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves as well as the Minnesota Lynx of the WNBA for $4.5 billion. Previous controlling owner Mark Lowry will retain a minority stake in the team's co-owner Alex Rodriguez will increase his stake. NFL media reported the Houston Texans signing veteran receivers Sterling Shepard and Zay Jones after Jayden Higgins, of course, tore his ACL earlier this week. Seattle Seahawks receiver Jake Bobo carted off the practice field today with a knee injury. Head coach Mike McDonald said it appears to be significant. And one Major League Baseball game going on right now in Milwaukee, where the Brewers have a 2-0 lead over the Atlanta Braves going to the bottom half of the sixth inning. This was it. Back to you guys.
Thank you, ILO. And I'm loving those NBA moves. I feel like it's going to create a really interesting dynamic this year. A lot of rando stars teaming up in different cities now.
I see an orgy of points for sure for the Miami Heat.
I see that same thing. All right, hey, listen, we're going to talk more about those weird classes you've taken. So if you got some good ones, we'll give away some prizes. 877.
I think I have the dumbest one.
99
I really
Fox.
do.
Okay,
yeah.
You know what? Save it. We'll talk about it next, right here on Covino and Rich. Now, if you work in logistics, you know one thing. Nothing moves without you. And right now, companies everywhere looking for skilled people who could keep their supply chain running strong. Find your next job through Express Employment Professionals.
At Express Employment Pros, logistics isn't another career field. It's a specialty. From warehouse associates and forklift operators to shipping and receiving, CDL drivers, inventory coordinators, and more. Express connects you with the roles that keep business moving.
Go to expresspros.com, find that location near you, give them a call. Whether you need to get your foot in the door or a contract role, maybe looking for full-time work, Express finds you a job where your skills fit and your experience matters.
And the best part, with Express, there's never any fees for job seekers. So if you're ready for your next shift, your next challenge, or your next big move, let Express help you find logistics jobs that fit.
Visit expresspros.com today. Stop searching alone. Get support, get options, and get to work. While you were waking up, scrambling around to get your kid to school this morning,
Yeah.
Danny said he woke up thinking someone died.
Yo,
Because
man.
when you check your phone and there's
Wait
like
a second.
100 messages. But your messages were luckily not about someone dying.
Yeah, and I don't know 100 people, but
Since you're the biggest Lakers fan I know.
yeah, there was like a dozen text messages from people saying, "How did the Lakers get sold? Didn't they just get sold?"
Lakers sold. Boo hoo. A boo hoo. To hoo. A boo.
First of all, I don't sound anything like your impersonation.
Daddy was all sad about it. But man,
It doesn't affect me. I'm not a season ticket holder.
yeah, but it seems like they flipped it, like you said, Danny G, like just some property,
Yeah, like a piece of property.
like a
yeah.
piece of property. That was just a business decision, and you think there's some honor and clout and pride, and there is, like in owning the Lakers, but it's more like
Mark Walter brought in the Property Brothers and Chip and Joanna Gaines spruced it up and sold it.
yeah, it's more like, oh, we can make our money. All right, best offer. I can't refuse.
Flip
Sure.
or flop, bring in Tarek and one of his hot wives.
He
really
cleaned
is.
the Staples Center bathrooms, and then he jacked everyone's season tickets up by 35% and said, "Peace."
They resurfaced the cabinets and said, hey, let's put it on the market.
Maybe there's more than meets the eye, like my Transformers backpack. But it seems like they got an offer they couldn't refuse and went with it.
Well,
Yeah,
the buying group-
business. Reminder that it's just a business.
Danny, the buying group that we're talking about, Bob Iger,
Josh
Kushner, familiar
Yep.
last name.
Oh yeah.
Were they not involved in a possible expansion franchise?
Yeah, they were one of the lead groups for the
Vegas.
expansion Vegas.
But they said, hey, let's jump on the Lakers.
Yep.
And the number is a staggering $12.5+ billion.
So almost like a $3 billion profit
Almost, yeah.
in less than a year,
Yeah.
right? Because they were bought and sold late 2025 for $10 billion. So the Mark Walter group bought them for $10 million, which seems like not that long ago because it wasn't.
Yeah.
And they flipped it for almost $3 billion more.
And don't forget, there was a headline, I think it was a week or so ago, about how Mark Walter has some business dealings that are being investigated. So there's some rumors about that today, like maybe that was another contributing factor
just
for
to
him.
let it go.
Yeah.
Well, it's also wild because they're a blue chip franchise that, the Bus family, we're talking about a legacy. Like, when a team has the same coach for decades and then all of a sudden they go through a couple years where they have a bunch of coaches. The Lakers were like a steady. It was like the Bus family, then we lost Dr. Bus and Jeannie and the family took over. So for a long time,
Yeah,
that was
and there was a changing of the guard with her brothers, remember? And then her.
But there was such a consistency with that family, at least. And now within a year, essentially, you got two new owners.
Well, Kushner and Iger say they want to compete at the highest level and honor the Bus legacy.
Well,
That's gotta be good
I
to
know
hear.
locally there's some buzz that Iger in other dealings has been a little bit of a cheap wad, so they're hoping that he
Mr. Disney.
opens up the wallet. But I want to point out something, Danny. I know you have a bunch of fun facts about these teams and the value, but I was looking up something because it's so apparent to me. When you have money, if you have money, there's levels of money, right?
I mean,
There's
not everybody could relate.
Yeah, Ryan just said no out
Yeah,
loud.
Ryan, you know what it's like when you have money?
No.
Is your mic
mic's
not
not
on?
on.
Do you not hear that?
I do not.
He doesn't have a mic. He doesn't have money.
Ryan's like, it costs money to turn this mic on.
Yeah.
To me, there's levels of money. There's like, I'm getting by, paying my bills. There's, I'm in debt money. Then there's like, I manage, I'm good. Then there's like, I don't have to worry about my spending. There's so many different levels
Then
of
there's
money.
rich, and then there's wealth.
Yeah, then there's rich, like, I don't have to worry about anything. And
The
then,
next hour, brainwave.
ooh,
If you're on the same brainwave as us, multiple choice, all fun. You win some prizes, our summer prize pack. Do it every Friday. Plus, weekend hobnobbing, what to watch in sports and entertainment this weekend. We get you ready. Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Everything at Covino and Rich. Live from the Fox Sports Radio studios. And don't miss our best of the week. What a crazy week. We were in for Dan Patrick. You may have missed us Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We did the Dan Patrick hat trick. We had special guests. We had Marvin stop by, Frank Caliendo, Drew Brees, Ice Cube. So that's all on the Best of the Week podcast, which Danny G produces. Saturday morning, comes out tomorrow, 6 a.m. Eastern on Apple or wherever you stream your podcast. So definitely check it out. Follow, rate, and review.
well, based on this college quarterback, South Carolina Gamecock,
Lenoris Sellers.
Lenore Sellers
the leader of the team.
He's not taking any classes this semester. He is getting a few credits to intern and a driving range. And I'm just picturing this dude being like, yo, guys, I'll be back. I got to go pick up some golf balls in that machine for a couple hours.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Don't wait up.
Who are you fooling? He's probably just hitting balls the whole time.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's the star
The
quarterback.
guy that runs the golf range probably is like a Gamecocks fan. He's like excited to have the kid there.
He's running stuff there.
Yeah, exactly.
So it got us thinking as kids get ready for school. Some kids are in school already, buying their backpacks and snack packs. What were the weakest classes that you took in college and on your come up?
Or the
I'm
best.
telling you, yeah, they were the
Yeah,
best.
because we considered them the best.
I got the two dumbest answers ever, and your parents like, this is what I'm paying for.
All right, let me hit you up with a couple. I remember at Syracuse University, I did not take this, but it was a joke around campus. I remember freshman year, I got to overlap with Donovan McNabb for 1 year, which was awesome. It was cool to see him. I missed Carmelo by 1 year, so I'm right in the middle, late 90s, early 2000s. And I remember all the jocks. They called it Rocks for Jocks. Like, they had this Geology 101 that was apparently like, what's this? A rock? You got an A. So,
Come on.
Like, it was the Geology 101, Rocks for Jocks. I remember when I was in college, when I was sort of done taking my major courses and you had those electives, I had already got an offer for my first radio job, but I still wanted to finish school. I took Popular Film 101, where I watched movies that we would watch, like 80s and 90s movies, and write like a little paper, like, here's what I thought of. And it was like, honestly, E.T. I watched.
Did you watch Blood In, Blood Out?
Vatos Locos Forever.
Oh, nice.
So I always thought
I hope you gave it 2 thumbs up.
Any type of like popular film study class, like you're watching movies. And right now, I just want to throw this out here before you give us yours. In the last year, do you know there's multiple colleges, including Harvard, that have a Taylor Swift class where you could analyze the music of Taylor Swift in the music industry?
So dumb. But again, if you have no clue, sometimes you have to take these dumb classes to fulfill your elective credits or whatever. And that's just how it is. So I do remember telling my parents, they're like, how's school going? I'm like, yeah. I remember I took one of these was a summer class. I'll give you this one first. I took tennis because you have to take some sort of like gym elective at one point.
Steve Sampras over here.
I took tennis. you know why I did that though? I did that because I was like, it's the sport I suck at the most. But if I force myself to play, maybe I'll learn something and I could, learn the basics and get good at it.
Is that why you always have those McEnroe shorts on standby?
Yeah, that's why I wear those short,
Jimmy Connor shorts.
Yeah. You can see my fluorescent man thigh. They're so short. But I figured maybe I could learn some skills, some basics, because it's a skill sport. You can't just go out there and play.
What was the other one?
And this was the weakest. It was because my girlfriend was taking it at the time, and it was a summer course, and I took bird watching. And I had to do like papers on kestrels and whatever. Like were
you like that kid? Oh my God, you're almost as good as that social media kid.
Yeah, I'm like that kid. So we would have, you have to take binoculars there, and you walk around the park with the professor, and he had his sandals and socks on, and you're like, if you look to the right,
well, I think I see a sparrow.
Yeah, I swear to God. And I had to do a whole course on that for an entire summer.
Let's take one phone call at least for now. We have all the phones are lit. Best answers.
That's how I know all the bird calls.
We'll
Rich.
give away some prizes.
Let's start with somebody who's in education. Our boy Matt in SoCal.
What's up, Matt?
Guys, Covino and Rich, natural contact.
What's up, man?
Backed by bird watching BS, I guess.
What you got?
I'll go real quick. 3 things. I work in the hoop business, so I hear a lot of things and through stories from friends, and these are all facts. Athletes on a lot of college campuses have their own class book to where they choose their classes. Some classes include history of sports announcing and a statistical class that includes a game of poker. Also, high school kids got it great now. Athletes are taking online classes and working out during the day. And I had a friend who went to USC during their heyday, and he sat next to one of the, I don't want to drop names, top running backs during their heyday, and he happened to be a 5'4" Asian kid.
Wow. Hey, man, we're going to get to all your phone calls. Thank you guys for chiming in. The dumbest classes you ever took.
Plus, Brainwave and more. CNR right here on Fox Sports Radio. All your feedback now at 877-99 on Fox.
Can we please discuss the Justin Herbert, Madison Beer thing? Can we please discuss PDA the way we meant to discuss it?
Say something without sounding like a creep?
Probably not, because everybody knows you're a creep anyway, so go ahead.
Let me try. Dude, she's like abnormally good looking. Like,
Really?
gorgeous.
We saw her at the iHeart Jingle Ball, right?
We Covino and I every year take our daughters on a little daddy-daughter night to iHeart's Jingle Ball. She performed. Every time I see this woman, I'm like, yo, she is just strikingly good looking. No creepo.
She's 27 years old.
It's like she's just abnormally good looking. And Justin Herbert is a quarterback in the NFL. It's like a match made in heaven.
If anyone has something to say in HR, I'm doing this for research purposes, but I'm looking up these really sexy photos.
I didn't say do that.
Well, research. I got to see what you're talking about.
Private browser.
Yeah, all right.
Buddy.
No, she's beautiful, but
like stunning.
What would we expect from a superstar starting NFL studly young quarterback? Who's he supposed to be with? As my mom would say, Broomhilda? Or whatever, right?
Mrs. Grundy?
Oh, she's, who do we expect him to be with?
Now, I've
Plus,
noticed.
Travis Kelce, rose the stakes a lot. Everyone's looking for their Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift sort of power couple moment nowadays. It's definitely in the air.
I think a lot of times when you talk about celebrity couples, power couples, the Russell Wilsons and Sierras, the Travis and Taylors,
Travis didn't invent it, but he put it on the map.
The Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld, the Verlander and
hold on. We can think about it. Let's use our brains.
Yes.
Kate Upton.
Stop!
I was going to say BJ Upton. You're right.
Kate. That's not BJ Upton.
It's Kate.
That could be your nickname. I don't know. So when you think about all these amazing celebrity couples, right?
Yeah.
Athlete with, successful, beautiful, talented woman. I feel like Madison Beer and Justin Herbert, not that they're going under the radar, but like Jim Harbaugh is so supportive.
Did you mention Josh Allen?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Jim Harbaugh is so supportive. The team is so supportive. Her people, to the point where it's almost like, all right, well, where is the line? And I know you feel like you saw the line the other day.
I saw the line this week. Now, if you haven't seen it, it's gone completely viral. We did touch on it yesterday, but didn't have that much time. We had a fun discussion, a fun show yesterday. If you missed it, everything on the podcast or YouTube page. All right, so the picture is they're at training camp, and Justin Herbert's there. He's laying on the grass, maybe doing some stretches. I don't know what he's doing exactly, but guess who else is on the field? Madison Beer, his fiancée.
Stroking his hair.
And she's fixing his little hair clip that he wears. That's what it appears. This is what appears to be happening. I don't know. She's messing with his hair, and they're having this canoodling moment that Dan Byer pointed out. They're canoodling on the field. They're having these little gnome kisses, a little tickle fight on the field, and it's all cute and it's all great. If they're sitting, in the booth across from you at the restaurant, if they're at home on their couch, they're at training camp.
I disagree, and I'll tell you why. Because I feel like this is one of those moments where if you zoom out, right? Hold on.
I know there's other women there.
No, not only other women, but kids, and it looks like fans, and it looks like it's almost at the end of practice or after practice.
Yeah, but he's
or
the
something
starting
where it's like
quarterback.
maybe it's a fan experience. This was not like.
The Dallas Mavericks reached a buyout agreement with five-time All-Star shooting guard Klay Thompson, who's now expected to sign with the Miami Heat. Veteran forward DeMar DeRozan signing a one-year deal with Denver for his 18th season of the NBA. Investment group founder Mark Stad struck a deal to become the controlling owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves and the WNBA's Minnesota Lynx for $4.5 billion. Previous controlling owner Mark Lowry will retain a minority stake in the teams. Co-owner Alex Rodriguez will increase his stake. NFL media reports the Houston Texans signing veteran receivers Sterling Shepard and Zay Jones after Jayden Higgins tore his ACL earlier this week. Seahawks receiver Jake Bobo carted off the practice field today with a knee injury. Head coach Mike McDonald said it appears to be significant. Baseball right now, the Milwaukee Brewers lead the Atlanta Braves 2-0 in the bottom of the seventh. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
All right, it's me, Covino, the bird watcher. And Rich Davis. What was the dumb class? Yeah, the film critic.
Yeah, the film critic.
All right, Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio with Danny G and Perfett on the ones and twos today. The Cron is here. Thank you, Fox Sports Radio Nation. What a week, man. So pumped to close it out. And we're going to get you ready for the weekend this hour with Weekend Hobnobbing, what you need to watch. And I'm super pumped about a fight this weekend, so I'll tell you about that. Plus Brainwave, we got prizes to give away. And a Fox Sports Radio, Mike, who runs this place, Pickle.
All right, well, hey, Lenora Sellers.
Mike.
Never heard of him.
South Carolina Gamecock, Lenora Sellers, has no class this semester, but he's taken a 3-credit internship working at a driving range. So you got to ask yourself, like, what were those dumb classes you took in college that you're like, am I paying for this? Are my parents paying for this? What are we doing here? And I remember, like I said, any type of intro popular film class where you're just like watching a movie and writing about it, or I looked this up during the break, like what would you consider the dumbest college classes? And everyone always loves to say any type of like psychology 101 is so basic that to waste college credits on like psych 101, like are you really learning anything? No.
I mean, a lot of our communications courses were pretty dumb, to be honest, but at least we pursued a career
in radio. Some people are scared of speaking in public. I am not. So if you are not, I always thought the easiest classes were like something as stupid as like a speech.
Fundamentals of speech.
Like a speech class. Like throughout the semester, you just had to give 3
informative,
speeches in front of the class.
Demonstrative.
And I
don't know, some other BS speech. But yeah, that was nerve-wracking. And if you just joined us, I took tennis one semester and bird watching during a summer course.
What did you take, Danny? Any dumb class over yours?
I have one that Spotty, who's producing our YouTube channel right now, would appreciate. ROP video editing class.
Wow. Dude, you know what's funny about this too, though? This Lenora Sellers story?
Wait. I got to tell you what they let me do. I just walked around campus for 2 hours filming things.
That's it?
That's it. And then I think it was once a week sitting the
Great
edit
footage
bay.
of women's booties.
What's up, ladies?
It was like, go film ladies volleyball right now.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't suck. It forced me to think about it because I totally forgot. I took a bird watching course. Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Honestly, it sort of makes sense. I've known Covino for 20 years, and I'm not sure I really knew that, but he will break out. Once in a while, I'll be like, he'll say something like, "Well, that's a kestrel," and I'm like, "What do you?"
Yeah, and my professor was like obsessed with them. I think I did a paper on them or something. Kestrels. That's the official call. So anyway, Lenora Sellers. We'll take 2 more phone calls, and then we have a story to tell you about Mike.
All right, let's wrap this up. Actually, one last call on this. The others are holding for Brainwave already.
Right.
All right, Trip in Vegas.
Yo,
hey, Trip.
What up, Trip?
Hey, gentlemen, great to have y'all back. Y'all were great this week in the morning. Good to hear y'all early.
Thanks, buddy.
I got a couple of things on this. Of course, I went to university. I'm from South Carolina. I went to South Carolina.
Nice.
When I was young, one of the football players, Derek Little, worked at the golf course. I don't know what he did. He drove a new car and got paid, but I didn't ever see him do anything because he was one of our top players. When I was at South Carolina, I didn't go to a class one time, and I bought the professor a bottle of his favorite liquor because I couldn't fail. And he goes, "Hey, don't worry about it. Just don't tell anybody, and I'll give you a C if that's okay." And then finally, when I'm in Columbia in a couple of months, I will be hitting golf balls at that very range he's working at. So I'll send y'all a picture if I can see him out there.
If you see Lenora Sellers, take a picture and send it to us. That'll be a nice little bow on this conversation.
I will say this, though. It is the greatest way to get college credit, and I recommend it to every kid out there listening. It changed my life. That's the foot in the door that you're trying to get. You know, when you're filling out resumes or applications, they always want experience. This is the experience. Yeah. If you were waiting tables at Chili's, that's not the experience. The experience is the internship. And for me, that was my foot in the door in radio. I got 25 credits. That's a lot.
What? That's like a semester.
Yeah.
More.
I got 25 credits for interning at K-Rock, New York. And
I don't think that's possible.
It is possible because I did it.
A class would be like 3 credits. There's no way you got 25 credits.
You want to put money on it? I don't know how to prove it, but I'm promising you I did.
There's no way you got.
That's how I fulfilled. It was part of my course. I did. And I did. I got 25 credits to intern at K-Rock, New York. We weren't paid at the time, obviously.
There's no way that's possible.
There is a way because I did.
That is impossible.
Hey, bro, if you want to call up Montclair State University and check my records.
Well, it's Montclair State. Maybe that is possible.
I give you all the opportunity in the world.
Hold on.
That's how I graduated in 4 years, and I never left, and I ended up working there for 8 years after that. I did it. You could ask ChatGPT,
There's
or you
no
could ask
way.
the guy that did it.
Because an internship would
Bro,
be 3 credits.
I did it. It was part of my curriculum. It's what I did. Don't tell me what I didn't do. I did. Now you're gonna. You know how people have dreams and nightmares if they actually did it. Now you're confusing me. I did it. But that was the foot in the door, man. An internship is the way to go. I don't know about the driving range, but he's a pretty successful football player. So now, thank you for all the feedback. Hit me at Steve Covino, at Rich Davis, and the rest of your feedback at Covino and Rich.
Per internship, most schools award 1 to 3 credits max for an internship. Earning 25 credits for one internship is near impossible.
Okay.
Whereas individual
Near
internship.
impossible, but it wasn't impossible for this guy because I did it. Promise you.
Isaac and I are giving each other the look.
How much money you want to put on it right now?
Before you
Mega
ask
powers
me, before,
right now.
It's not that we don't believe you.
How-
It's that it's just unfair.
Okay. How much?
Isaac,
all right.
Isaac, can I tell you
I'll
something?
take a taco from the Kron. I'll take $1,000 from you.
Well, that's a big differential.
Put the mega power on it.
Yeah, but I
right
make
now.
good tacos.
All right, before I agree to a bet with you, could we agree?
I don't know how we're gonna prove
Can we
it.
agree that like 10 years ago, you convinced us that you used to make $2,000 a night at Bennigan's, and then
No.
after fighting you came back like a week later and you're like, guys, I think I might have been wrong. It might have been $200
I said $800 a night, but I meant a week, like part time
at Bennigan's. So
Yeah.
I mean, your numbers might be off. Maybe you're
25. It was how I closed out my chapter of my fulfillment of my college career.
Well, hold on, Danny G. Does this give you any doubt now? If he thinks he got 25 credits to intern, do we believe the 27 Little League home runs?
Yeah, the home runs are documented. I saw the article from a New Jersey newspaper.
I got articles to prove it. So anyway, we'll take this fight on another day.
Okay.
Shout out to Montclair State University, WMSC. I did college radio there. Rich Davis from Syracuse.
Hey guys,
We're here
you
on
should
Fox Sports Radio.
send your kids to Montclair State. They'll get a semester of credits by folding T-shirts at a radio station.
Dude, I did everything. I really did. I went all out. So anyway, Mike, who runs this place?
Who?
Mike. He does his take on Wednesdays.
Oh, this is a good. I'm glad we're going for this. This is a good conversation about Mike.
Mike.
Yeah,
Cold Stone Mike.
Some people hate him.
Who is
Some
it?
people hate him.
Mike.
You mean the dude who's already driving home right now?
Yeah.
Get this. This is about streaks. He's the Iron Man. He's the Cal Ripken of Fox Sports Radio.
He has a presidential approval rating on our show. You know how no matter who the president, it's always like 20%?
He's the Joe DiMaggio.
I don't know. It went down after his Nolan Ryan accusations.
He's the 56-game hitting streak champion of FSR. Because get this. Mike, who runs this place,
Never heard
has
of
a
him.
137-week streak of taking his bicycle out, like P.W. Herman, for 137 weeks straight.
Now do the math on that. That's 2 years plus.
2+ years of never missing a week.
He's
committed to his health.
He's at almost 2.5 years of every week. This guy goes for a nice long bike ride, and how sometimes you could monitor your fitness on your apps and phones.
Yeah, he shows us. He's
He
always
shows
proud
us.
to show us, like, I don't know, 80-mile ride this weekend, right? And he averages about 29 miles per ride. So, I mean, he's committed. 29 miles per ride average for 137 weeks straight. But he has some health issues right now. What are we saying? Enlarged testicles? Is that what we're going with?
Thought it was a weird butt rash from that bicycle.
So they're just regular size now?
Butt chafe. He has this butt chafe issue he has. Doctors said that he should have no stressful exercise for at least 2 weeks.
Ooh.
So if he doesn't have a ride by Sunday, the streak is over. The streak is over. And we're here as his pals who know how proud he is of his streak because he comes in bragging about it.
If he didn't mention it all the time, I'd be like, who cares? But he has said when we talk about going to the gym or staying in shape or eating right, he's like, well, you know what I do is what I do my best is I bike ride every week. So it's his thing.
Yeah.
We're saying, hey, Mike, take it out for a mile, bro. Ride around the block. Keep the streak going.
I said, I know the
that
doctor.
counts. I think it counts more.
I know the doc said, like, give yourself 2 weeks of recovery for whatever little old guy ailment he has. But I said, Mike, if it's not going to really, hurt you, like Covino and I agreed, like, is there like a mile route you could take? Like, go around your neighborhood, come back that way, like almost like almost like if you had a hitting streak in baseball or like a game's played.
Yeah.
Didn't Eli Manning there was someone that they just threw him in the game for a minute to keep the streak going?
No strenuous exercise for 2 weeks is what they're saying. So if he follows doctor's orders, then the streak's over. And I'm like, dude, that streak's important. Take it around. It's no strenuous. So by no strenuous, is it really strenuous to go to ride a mile? You can coast a mile.
On a bike, yeah.
On a bike, I think that keeps the streak going. He's like, yeah, but that's kind of cheating.
Does that
I'm like,
lose
no,
it?
it's not, because the doctor's telling you not to, yet you still did because the streak meant something.
Does the integrity of Mike's streak fall, hang in the balance here?
Well, Danny G had a story. He's like, no, man, you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
What was your story, Danny?
So the legend, Chick Hearn, and I know Ilo's ears just perked up right now. If you know anything about Lakers legend, he was the Lakers famous broadcaster.
Yeah.
You guys saw him in the TV show.
Yeah,
That should have never been
course.
canceled. And Chick Hearn famously had this streak going. I forget how many thousands of games in a row.
3,338.
Holy guacamole.
That is crazy.
So I'll never forget. I'm here in Southern California, and I had just been brought in to program a radio station, and I'm listening to this AM radio station broadcast of the Lakers game, rooting my Lakers on, and Chick is on with laryngitis. He could barely get a word out. You know when you've heard like somebody very sick on the radio? I'm talking Dan Byer was fighting through some illness this week. Imagine that times 1,000.
Yeah, that was Dan Byer? I thought that was Ray Romano on the other.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
So-
the Yankees lose tonight, man. What a game today.
It was so bad that they yanked him. They gave him the hook at halftime.
Yeah, they had Magic Johnson sit in with Stu Lance. It was
Yes.
during their playoff series with the Spurs in 1995.
No way.
Yeah.
That's how it
Yeah.
went down.
But did he give himself credit?
They did, and that's why they had him do the beginning of the game.
But
He
I
did the
think
first
that's-
half,
I
yeah.
think that's honorable, though. See, that becomes the story. Like, his streak was so important to him that he went against everyone else's advice and doctor's orders and him feeling like ass.
It
to
was
go there
unlistenable,
'cause
though.
he's
I didn't
so
know.
committed.
I didn't
Dude,
know
but
what
think
was
about it.
happening in the game.
Think about the lazy effort people put in today, man. When it comes to their job, the lack of effort, the lack of care, people, the lack of discipline. No one cares. Go to any store. Look at the level of effort people put into their work, the level of pride. This guy's proud of his streak. I'm like, dude, do it. I think it counts. I think it counts more. And he's following doctor's orders. So unless we are able to convince him here right now, because he's on his ride home, probably listening, his streak ends on Sunday. And dude, let me tell you, here's another reason why to do it. My girlfriend and her grandma had like a crazy Words with Friends streak going on. And it meant so much to the grandma. And one time she got sick and they missed it, and it crushed her. Like, she was so sad about it. They had like a 5-year, 10-year streak going on of playing every day for all that time. And that one time she got sick, she wasn't able to play. And all she did was like cry about that at one point. Mike will regret this, is my point.
Well, hold on now. Our video guy, Spot, who does a great job every day, hi, Spot, he said, first of all, there's no way on planet Earth Covino got 25 credits for an internship. Bet him $20,000.
Why don't you let it go?
And then he
bro?
said, DJ.
He's so annoying. And the answer is yes.
So-
I got those credits. Sounds crazy.
25.
That's how I graduated in 4 years. In and out, like the burger.
Look at Isaac.
How do I prove it? Just to shut this big mouth up. How do I do it?
I don't know. Call the
This
university.
blubber lip pain in the ass. How do I do it?
You could order transcripts.
Call Montclair State University and be like, is there any way a student?
My scripts are trans now? My
Yeah,
God.
but what is the world coming to?
Everything.
Hey-o. No, that's not all he said. He said, our buddy
Sport and State about to pick up that story.
Spot also said, Danny G, one of our good pals, you probably even know him too, DJ Vice, big DJ in Vegas.
Yeah, he's got a running streak
Friend of
going
ours.
on.
Get
Yeah.
this, though. He ran a mile a day for like 2,000+ days and had to reset because he had a surgery.
But that's so tough. Mike's not at that level yet. He's walking around here in the studio.
By the way, in our YouTube channel chat, it's at Covino and Rich FSR, by the way. Slappy McFat says it's hemorrhoids for sure.
It is. He needs a new Fuji bike seat. I got my Fuji bike, took it out 137 weeks in a row.
I knew there was, every network, whether you're a Dodgers fan, a Yankees fan, a Mets fan, a Cubbies fan, whatever your team is, there's always some guy in the booth or like behind the scenes that has a streak. I'll shout him out because I heard them mentioning him recently. Chris Majkowski. He works for the Mets. He's an engineer behind the scenes. He has done, get this, over 4,700 consecutive Mets radio games without missing a single broadcast since 1993. And I feel like there was a Yankees broadcaster or some behind-the-scenes guy that hadn't missed a broadcast or a telecast, an engineer of sorts. Like, those are the guys that...
Yeah, and it deserves some respect, man, because I think it's... It shows your character, that you're committed to something. And Mike was proud of this. 137 days of taking the bike out. I think that's great, man. And I would hate to see him lose it for something that might not be that serious. If it becomes something serious, then you say, all right, and in the meantime, you did what you could.
Oh, you dope. Who's your guy? The late, great John Sterling. He called 5,271 consecutive Yankee games.
That's right.
Over a 30-year stretch.
I sure did.
Before finally taking a day off in 2019.
You better believe it.
Rest in peace to a legend.
Rest in peace, man. All right, so we'll take a few phone calls on that and see what you think. And we need some contestants for Brainwave if you want some prizes. 877-99 on Fox.
Got those grilling aprons ready to give away.
Yeah, if you're on the same Brainwave as us dopes, it's a good thing here because you win.
Yeah, you'll get a grilling apron. You'll get some prizes. You might get 25 credits because apparently they just give those out. We'll take your feedback
Still got to pay for them.
All right. More Covino and Rich next. Now, every sports season is built on preparation, studying the trends, and making the necessary adjustments to reach the ultimate goal.
And investing deserves the same approach.
It does.
With Webull, you have access to real-time market data, advanced tools, and an intuitive app designed to help you make informed decisions.
Whether you're actively trading stocks, options, ETFs, and more, or planning for the long term for you and your fam with IRAs, cash management accounts, or custodial accounts for kids, Webull gives you the tools to invest your way all in one platform.
Looking to take your preparation to the next level? Check out Webull's Learn resources and join their in-app community feed to discuss investing trends and happenings alongside 25 million users globally.
And now help streamline all that trading activity and elevate your strategy with Vega. That's the AI. Whoa, market assistant. You get real-time analysis, watch list insights, and alerts when earnings drop.
So get your financial portfolio game ready by downloading the Webull app today or visiting Webull.com.
Webull Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Webull.com/disclosures.
John Bernthal of The Walking Dead, Punisher himself, said that I don't trust people who take naps.
He's like, you're an adult. Who takes naps?
If you take a nap, I don't trust you in business. I don't trust you in life. You're a grown-up. What are you taking a nap for?
You a kindergarten kid?
I don't trust you. And it just got us talking before the show.
Science doesn't back him up, though.
And, sometimes a nap is good, Danny G. It feels good to take a nap.
I'll tell you what, when we fill in for Dan Patrick, and word on the streets is we're going to do that the weekend.
Next weekend. Next week.
Not this week. Next week.
Yeah.
When we fill in for Dan Patrick, being that he's on earlier, especially out here in California, it throws off our schedule so hard later that day, it's almost guaranteed. George Foreman guaranteed.
I guarantee
that we're falling asleep or taking a little nap.
Well, think about it. If,
little nap later
most
that
of
day.
most of our affiliates are, as Danny always points out, back East Coast and Midwest, right? But when we fill in for Dan out here in LA,
we're up at 4:35 in the morning.
That's 6 a.m. So we're up in the 4 o'clock hour, getting ready to come here and get ready for the show. Covino, you're damn right. By 2 in the afternoon, you're not ready, Danny G, for a little, like, you telling Brenda, like, you mind if I take a half-hour nappy?
I'm taking a 2-hour nap.
So, I mean, naps, that's a question itself. Is it weird for grown men to take naps?
I think if your schedule, like I said, if your schedule's off, you were traveling, you're jet lagged, I think sometimes there's just no avoiding it.
Dan Byer, if you go out golfing and you are in the heat, 18 holes, long day on the course, when you get home, would your wife question you if you fell asleep taking a nap on the couch?
No, not at all. I think there's a difference between planned naps and one where you just kind of doze off.
As our parents would say, you conked out.
You're absolutely right. Like, if you're an adult and you have to, like, revolve your day around your nap time, like you're in kindergarten, I think that's weird.
Well,
if you're so exhausted, like Danny and Danny G, you both have little guys. They're exhausting. You might just conk out watching something boring on TV.
I think little kid napping and adult napping are two different things. Little kids need to nap, not because they have so much energy, but like their mood will sour closer to bedtime if they don't nap. And adults nap because we're like lacking energy. Like,
and your body's telling you, right?
Yeah, this article says sleep scientists are not on his side. They consistently find naps improve mood, memory, and productivity.
You know what's wild about that, Danny G? It's like, in reality, to back up what you're saying there, most of the time, even if it's like 15, 20 minutes, you wake up feeling totally different. Like, wow, that's all I needed, I guess.
It's like turning your iPhone on and off.
Yeah, and like the longer you end up sleeping, the more tired you feel, right? So sometimes you just need that little nap. But John Bernthal makes a funny point. Like, what kind of adult needs their little nap time? I don't trust adults that nap.
Said that in a bit. It was hilarious. It's Sebastian Maniscalco. He's like, when we grew up in my household, when you were up, you were up. There was no such thing as a nap.
Let me tell you, we talked about conspiracy theories earlier in the show. Do we know who invented the 8-hour workday? It was Thomas Edison. Not Thomas Edison. Henry Ford. I was going to say Gerald Ford, not him either. It was Ford who decided to make the factory workday 9 to 5. Not Dolly Parton. She didn't come out with that. It was 9 to 5, and Ford just said, let's do that.
No, Thomas Edison sang the song, right?
Yeah. No, wait, Dolly Parton sang the song.
No.
Anyway.
Now you confuse me.
Yeah.
No, it was Thomas Edison, Gerald Ford, and Babe Ruth.
Oh, okay, all together.
They starred in 9 to 5.
No, but it was
you're confusing me, man.
No, it was Henry Ford who said that. And if you look it up, the idea of someone saying you need an 8-hour night of sleep, that's also a myth. It could range from 6 to 7 for some people, 9 for others. So the 8-hour, you need 8 hours of sleep, that's also a myth.
Maybe Bernthal has like outstanding stamina. He only needs to sleep 6 hours a night, and he doesn't need to nap.
Doesn't believe in it. Well,
Bernthal, yeah, he's wound pretty tight. He seems like he's got a lot of energy.
Yeah, it says his comment is a reflection of his own high energy approach to work and life.
A lot of aggressive energy, that dude.
Yeah.
He's intense.
He's got a scowl.
But based on Bernthal's viral clip that's gone viral again, are there other things that people do that make you not trust them?
Ooh.
Weak handshakes.
That's a good one.
Oh, we can't shake. I don't trust you.
Yeah. Nirvana. They're going to be big stars someday. Perfect playing some grunge. Shout out to my favorite wrestler, by the way, Steven Flo. The grunge wrestler. I love that guy.
Oh, man. Hey, we had a lot of fun today. Talked some Burrow. Talked some weird jobs. Talked a lot of NFL. Some Brock Purdy, some Raiders.
Yeah, but the biggest fun fact, I got 25 credits my last semester at my internship.
I want to give you a Mega Powers, Hogan, Macho Man. I don't want to take $10,000 from you.
I give you permission to research my college transcripts.
Right, hold on. Mega Powers, Hogan, Macho, handshake. Loser has to buy the whole crew lunch next week.
I can't. Danny G, I want you to buy the most expensive lunch off of this tool bags
Oh,
dime.
yeah, I'm having a steak
You said
sandwich.
25
Danny G, why don't you order Mastros for everybody and Nobu for low and
Get some
crun,
sugar
okay?
fish in here.
Yeah, get some sugar fish because
you said
I can't wait.
You said 25 of your college credits.
Yes, came from internship.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Montclair State University.
All right,
How do I prove this?
Montclair State University, in the history of their university, the most credits for an internship could ever be 12.
No. I'm telling you, call up Dr. Wayne Bond yourself.
We'll do some research.
If you can find them.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
Hey, by the way, let's all hope Mike keeps his streak alive. We'll take your
Yes.
feedback. At Mike Who Runs This on Twitter, at Mike Who Runs This, at Covino and Rich. And now it's time for Brainwave. Let's go.
All right, guys, happy Friday. The questions in this game are all subjective. You just need to try and match the brain of CNR and the crew as Perfett finds the music for this game. Let's get our contestant on the studio lines, and then I'll explain the rules. Will in North Carolina was the first through.
Hey, Will.
Hey, Will.
What up, buddy?
What's going on, guys?
Hey,
what
man.
up, buddy?
Mike, hey, you should fly out to the Outer Banks, North Carolina. I got like 5 Electra beach cruisers. They help you.
Are you inviting us on a vacation to your place? Let's go. Let's go.
I'm telling you guys, come on out, man, whenever you want.
I like the Outer Banks. I've been there. All right, let's
All
do
right,
this.
Will, I have 5 rounds ready to go. Our contestant needs to win 2 of them to be the champ and walk away with a CNR Summer Grill and Apron. I'll ask a question and give 3 equal answers to choose from. The 6 of us from the show will write down our answers on dry erase boards for our YouTube channel. There's the music on a Friday.
All right,
Yeah,
there you
pump
go.
it up, crank it up. And then on the count of 3, of course, Will's going to shout out his answer, hoping that we're all on the same wavelength as him. He's got to match with 4 out of the 6 of us to win the round, or no matter his answer, if all 6 of us happen to match, it is a backdoor cover.
All right.
Here we go. Round 1. Everybody get your YouTube board ready.
All right.
We're going to start with relationships. What causes the most arguments between couples?
Oh, okay.
Household chores? Like
Rich.
Who does what? Who thinks they do more? Flirting, attention from other people, or family and in-laws?
Oh, that's a good question. Not from
All
your
right.
own experience. You're talking about like Family Feud style, like the general public.
What causes the most arguments between couples? Household chores, flirting / attention from other people, or family and in-laws? We're all writing our answers down.
What if you're flirting with your in-law? Never mind.
Let's see.
All right, I'm locked.
All right. Everybody's locked in?
Yeah.
All right, Will, we need your answer on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
God, all 3 great options. We're going to go with option 2, flirting.
It says flirting. We'd start with Steve Covino.
Man, dude, flirting, if I was in junior high school, I'm going chores, dude. Like, hey, I cleaned out the dishwasher last time. I tell you, why do I got to take out the garbage all the time?
All right, Rich Davis, what say you?
I hate to say it. There's a lot of mutants out there. Not everyone's getting flirted with. So cross that one off. There's a lot of people like flirting. No one's ever flirted with me. What was the other one, Danny? The other 2?
Family and in-laws
Yes.
and household chores.
Some people don't live near their family and it's not an issue. Maybe they like their in-laws, but every couple argues about little chores around the house.
Yeah, like keeping a good balance of chores.
Yeah.
All right, and JB, one of our editors, joins us today. Yo,
What?
JB.
You got to turn his
Hold
mic
on,
Perfett.
JB.
Perfett's out of sorts.
Jonely Bonely, what up, buddy?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
All right, yeah, I
There we
said
go.
flirting. At my age, I feel like
Now,
that's a big one.
you slide into rando DMs, JB?
I don't do
I'm
that.
gonna tell your
but
girl, bro.
JB, why are you liking her photos, dude?
I'm single now, so
what
I
do
can
you
do
get out
whatever I
of
want.
liking her photos?
Well, yeah, you just pumping up her ego, JB.
You know, nothing wrong with a little eye candy.
You know what? I could see that. That
Yeah.
is
It's a generational
an issue.
question,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, Ilo.
Actually, not really an issue in ours, but in general, household chores.
Yeah.
Man, we could have.
Ilo's dirty ass socks everywhere.
Yeah, we could have almost backdoor covered because I just hired Molly Maid once a month for my girl because chores seems to be a big issue.
It is. It's such a tough one.
And if she listened to the podcast, she'd agree.
It is.
Nervous
And
laughter.
Perfect.
I guess I'm the only one with our caller here. I have attention, and I'm not going to explain myself any further or any of my relationships. I'm just
Okay.
not.
Takes
I'm
the
just
fifth.
not. I'm just not. I'm pleading the fifth.
It's all right. We have a few more categories
Plead the
left
filth.
here,
What is
Will.
this guy, Dr. Fauci?
All right, let's go to sports. Which would be the hardest sports skill for an average person to successfully do just once?
Oh, this is a good one. I like this. What sport the average person?
Hardest sports skill for an average person.
I love this question.
Just once. Get a hit off an MLB pitcher, make a 50-yard NFL field goal, or return a 120-mile-per-hour tennis serve.
So wait, is this the hardest to do?
You think it's the hardest to do for an average person
Wow.
just once.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Get a hit off an MLB pitcher, make a 50-yard NFL field
That's
goal.
a good question, by the way.
Thank you. Or return a 120-mile-per-hour tennis serve. We know Covino could do that because he had that class in school.
Yeah.
I mean,
while spotting a kestrel, I could do that.
I mean, he got 25 credits for it, guys. I mean, he better be good.
Yes.
No flame tips.
All right,
Only
everybody.
only 3 credits.
I'm on
for
the
that.
radio on a contestant thing.
Oh, thank you. All right.
How's your fishing?
We need Will's answer.
I love Will. He's talking to us like, I'm very efficient. I'm working while I'm a
Yes.
contestant on a national radio
He's a
show.
multitasker, whoever is bothering him.
All right, Will.
All right, Will. One.
I'm sorry. It was my neighbor. He was going fishing the other day.
Oh, you're all right.
The hardest thing has got to be, they always say, getting a hit in Major League Baseball.
All right.
Boom.
He says hit. We start in reverse order with Perfett.
Yeah, I know everyone thinks they can hit that pitch. You can't. I'm telling
There
you,
you go.
can't. It is baseball.
Yeah.
It is. I've you know what? I've seen I don't know if it's 50 yards, but I saw a beat writer hitting field goals. They have a contest for that at some training camps.
Yeah, if you could do it just once. I also said MLB hit.
Yeah.
That's got to be the hardest thing for sure. Ilo?
I'm right because this is the only one that does not involve luck, a 50-yard field goal. You stick out your bat,
okay.
the ball hits the bat, goes back ashore. You stick out your racket, it ricochets off your racket.
Okay.
That's the
All
only
right.
one that doesn't involve luck.
I get
think
your
the average
theory.
person can't even bunt
I get
off
your
of
theory.
an MLB pitcher.
Yeah.
But luck is a factor.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, Julian?
JB.
I said hit as well. The average person is trembling in fear as
Yeah.
a 100-mile-per-hour pitch comes at them.
JB,
right.
I'm with you, and I'm with all you guys. All right, listen. I think a 100-mile-an-hour, 120-mile-an-hour serve, you stick out your racket. Ilo's right. You might get lucky. Baseball changes, curveballs, breaking balls, sliders, changing of speeds. There's no way. MLB players can't sometimes bunt the runner over.
So that's
But
4 points, right?
There
Is
you
that
go.
four?
Boom.
Well, thank God he won
Yeah,
that
he
round
got
because I
that
agreed with
round.
Ilo. I said field goal.
Dude, we've been
I'm telling you,
we've been to a fan fest, and you've kicked, I think, a 35-yard field goal.
50-yard field goal. You know, people are so unathletic. They think they
Yeah,
can and they
but
can't, and luck is not a factor
But
with that.
if you kick with the front of
That
your
was
toe,
exactly
if you
my
kick with the
mindset,
front
though.
of your toe, you're never going to do
Yeah.
it. But if you know how to kick a football, you'll get. I think you could get lucky.
All right, Will,
so you won
halfway,
anyway.
halfway to a prize pack. We go to round 3.
Go.
All right, here we go. Let's go to the music category. In honor of Khalees, who's turning 47 today,
Ooh.
which song would get the biggest reaction from women at a Vegas pool party?
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Khalees, Milkshake, Gwen Stefani, Holla Back Girl, or Beyonce, Crazy in Love?
Fun fact, Danny G.
Yeah.
I hate to give it away, but
No, don't say anything that'll
okay,
give it away.
okay, I'm not going to
No.
give it. I'm just saying.
You
I
can
did-
tell us after.
Okay,
How about
good,
that?
Okay, good. All right.
All right, we're all writing our answers down. Khalees, Milkshake, Gwen Stefani, Holla Back Girl, or Beyonce, Crazy in Love? Okay.
Okay.
Everybody locked in?
Yep.
Okay. And Will, in North Carolina, we need your answer. 1, 2, 3.
I'm trying to picture it in my mind, going back in time. And I'm liking the visual I get from Milkshake. Let's go.
Milkshake, Steve Covino, we start with you.
The milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. I don't know
it does.
about girls dancing
That's
around.
the whole point.
No, it's holla back girl.
No, that's right.
Definitely
Vegas
because
pool
of that.
party.
Yeah, it's that beat, bro. It's that isn't that Pharrell Williams with that beat? I
Is
don't know, man.
bananas. B-A, I get it, but you know what?
What'd you say, Rich?
Milkshake is all about shaking that booty, and that's what the girls are going to be doing when Milkshake comes on. That's a no-brainer.
I don't know if it's a no-brainer. JB?
I don't have much of an explanation on this one. I went with Crazy in Love.
Just a good
Beyonce.
song.
They're all great answers.
It's a good song, yeah.
Ilo?
Oh!
There you go. I love.
Wait,
Thank
so
you.
he's got 2. He needs what?
I could
2 more?
teach you, but I'd have to charge.
Nice.
What's up, Danny?
I feel like they would all be chanting together when Holla Back Girl came on.
It's a good song.
Yeah, Vegas pool party. What'd you say, Perfett?
So it's down to me for his final point?
No, he's
lost.
mathematically out of
Okay,
it.
good.
But
Then I don't feel bad about it because I can guarantee it's Holler Back Girl.
Yeah, I agree.
all right.
I agree.
The fun fact,
Guaranteed.
I did the on Sirius XM. I'm on the 2000s channel this weekend. 03. We go back to 03, and Crazy in Love was the #1 song this week, 23 years ago.
Thanks, Ryan.
Crazy.
Sleaze Crest.
All right, let's go to round 4. Let's go to Animal Thunderdome. Podcast coming soon with Klay.
All right.
If you had to survive 10 minutes trapped in a cage, which are you choosing? 1 adult mountain lion, 1 adult kangaroo, or 3 adult coyotes? If you had to survive 10 minutes trapped in a cage.
Wait a minute, coyotes plural in this situation?
Yes, 3 of them.
3 coyotes.
Three
So,
coyotes.
Trapped in a cage for 10 minutes. What are you choosing? You think you could survive with 1 adult mountain lion, 1 adult kangaroo, or 3 adult coyotes?
So you're saying like if we're at a zoo exhibit, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Enclosure. Who you taking your chances with?
All right. I got it.
All right, everybody
Let's go.
locked?
Let's lock and load.
All right, and Will, we need your answer. 1, 2, 3.
God knows. Kangaroos, I don't want no parts of. 3 is too many. Mountain lions close enough to a bobcat, Charlotte Bobcats. Everybody beat them up. Let's get bobcat.
I love your rationale.
Good rationale.
Actually, mountain lion. It's all right, though. We start in reverse order. What'd you say?
Mountain lion. Yeah.
Mountain lion. Okay, perfect.
You know, my thinking's the same as him. Like 3 coyotes, they're going to gang up on you. Kangaroos are territorial and they just want to challenge you, and you don't understand. Those kicks can disembowel a man. Those kicks are not to mess around with. That's not. So it is a mountain lion. You just hope that maybe he's already been fed for the day. Maybe he's just happy. He just doesn't care to eat you.
Right.
Like that's that.
Danny.
I was hoping you'd find a kangaroo on a good day.
Yeah.
Like, I know they're irritable and all that, but I'm taking my chances with the Ilo.
My rationale is mountain lions want to eat you. Coyotes want to eat you. Kangaroos will beat you up for a while, but they don't want to eat you. I'll take my chances.
All right.
That's just it. So one kick from those guys. They got claws on those
What'd you get,
legs.
JB?
It's kind of faded, but I said kangaroo as well. I've seen videos of people boxing them.
Yeah, me too.
And I feel like I got 10 minutes to showcase my hands with a couple of kangaroos.
I love that. Great answer, bro.
All right, Rich Davis.
I'm with you guys all made sense of it. I agree with JB and Ilo. The other two will eat you. There was a movie, Kangaroo Jack. I mean, how bad can kangaroos be?
All right, for fun, what'd you say, Covino?
I'm on the same brainwave as Ilo. Same exact thought process. Kangaroo. I've seen dudes land right hooks, and they're not trying to eat you.
All right, it comes down to the last category, round 5.
Let's go.
Last chance, Will.
All right, Will, we're pulling for you.
We're going to finish by going back to sports. Back to sports here. Which of these is the biggest red flag for an NFL team heading into the regular season? Your starting QB still doesn't look comfortable. Your offensive line looks like a problem. Or your defense can't stop anybody.
Or you're the Jets. Sorry. That last one was invalid.
What are those 3 again? Go ahead.
Right.
Biggest bad sign. Go ahead.
Yeah. Which of
flag.
these is the biggest red flag for an NFL team heading into the regular season? Your starting QB still doesn't look comfortable. Your offensive line looks like a problem. Or your defense still can't stop anybody. All right, we're all writing our answers down. Everybody locked?
Yep.
All right, Will, we need your answer. 1, 2, 3.
Offensive line all day.
He
No
says
questions asked.
O-line. Steve Covino, we start with you.
They always say defense wins championships, man. Defense. Can't stop anybody? How are you going to beat him?
Man, this is so tough. Oh, I hate that all
I
these.
know.
I said defense too, but now that I'm thinking about it, everything does go through the O-line. Son of a. I'm.
Hey, it's the name of the game.
Yeah, there's 4 of us left, JB.
I said O-line.
Let's go.
The game is won through the trenches. I feel like quarterbacks can take time to learn an offense and whatnot, but O-line is the biggest issue.
What'd you say, Ilo?
If you don't got a quarterback, nothing else matters.
He would have got a point from me. I said O-line. What about you, Perfect?
I said O-line as well, not just because I'm a Lions fan, but also it doesn't matter how good your quarterback is.
You
if
lost
no one's
by
guarding
1
him.
point.
I know. So Will, you lost by 1 point, but not all is lost because we actually have a door prize for you.
Yo, Will, this door prize is better than the real prize. Get this. Congratulations to Will. He has won a $500 gift card to AirTasker.
Let's go.
Wow, all right.
Will,
AirTasker is the platform that helps people get anything done, from everyday errands to bigger projects to anything you could think of in between. AirTasker connects people with local taskers ready to help.
Yeah, need anything like assembling furniture, mounting a TV, cleaning your house, anything in between, AirTasker could help with all of that. And all you have to do is post a task, set your budget. You'll receive offers from local taskers, and you could choose the tasker that is right for you.
AirTasker is available through the AirTasker app or airtasker.com, and they help people get anything done. So you set your own budget and communicate with taskers before you book them. Everything's done securely via the platform. It's simple, easy to use. It's transparent pricing. You set your budget, and there's no hidden fees. Download the AirTasker app or visit airtasker.com to get anything done. And congrats again to Will. Who just won $500 gift card to AirTasker.
All right.
Congrats,
Will. Let's go to Ilo for a quick update. Ilo, what's going on, my friend?
All right, fellas, the Dallas Mavericks have reached a buyout agreement with 5-time All-Star shooting guard Klay Thompson. He is now expected to sign with the Miami Heat. Meanwhile, veteran forward DeMar DeRozan signing a 1-year deal with Denver for his 18th season in the NBA. Investment group founder Mark Stad reached a deal to become the controlling owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves as well as the Minnesota Lynx of the WNBA for $4.5 billion. Previous controlling owner Mark Lowry will retain a minority stake in the teams. Co-owner Alex Rodriguez will increase his stake. NFL media reported the Houston Texans signing veteran receivers Sterling Shepard and Zay Jones after Jayden Higgins, of course, tore his ACL earlier this week. In Major League Baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers just became the first Major League team to 80 wins with a 2-1 victory over the Atlanta Braves. Finally, FIFA today suspended 3 Argentina players for striking Spain players after the final whistle of last month's World Cup final. The harshest penalty went to midfielder Leandro Paredes, who was suspended 10 games for pushing a Spain player to the ground and grabbing another Spain player by the throat. Other than that, he did nothing wrong. Back to you.
Thank you, Ilo. We got more Covino and Rich. We wrap it up with Weekend Hobnobbing next, right here on Fox Sports Radio.
PCA said something ridiculous recently, and maybe he just felt the giddiness of hanging out with a hottie like Kristen Cavalieri, and she's talking to PCA, who could have been a big-time Met star, but instead is a big-time Chicago
He could
Cubs
have been
star.
right next to Juan Soto in the outfield, but that's in a different multiverse.
And
right?
she says something about, like, do you have any conspiracies you buy into? Something along those lines. You know what?
Wait, was that her or you?
I'll spare you, and you could hear the clip.
Oh.
What's an unpopular opinion that you have?
Oh, stop it,
This is
Sam.
gonna be
That was close.
Your impression was so good.
Yeah, it actually was pretty spot on.
What's an unpopular opinion I have?
What's something you maybe understand or believe that someone
Yeah.
else?
Kristen Cavalieri, I'd never make fun of her in front of her face. And she's talking to PCA,
And she's
Major
hot.
League Baseball
And she's cool.
All-Star.
What's an unpopular opinion that you have?
This is going to be crazy.
I love it.
Babe Ruth never existed is one that I like.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Really? He never.
What's his name? Salcedo? You remember him?
Salcedo, yeah, lefty.
I
Yeah.
think he did some podcast on Zoom when he was like going down the rabbit hole with somebody about how Babe Ruth never existed. And I was like, dude, that's
Wow.
awesome. Like,
Wow.
we always talk about how like the game's evolving and like people might as well have been like underhanding the ball to that guy, and he's regarded still as one of the best players ever, and you might as well dive further into it and be like, well, maybe he just never existed.
I love it.
You hear the lighthearted, silly in that conversation, and all the headlines are like, PCA doesn't believe Babe Ruth existed.
Well, you're right. You have to keep this in mind. He was asked the question,
on a
and he
comedic, on a
responded.
comedic podcast.
Right. So, I mean, if someone asked me that question, I'd be like, oh, I have Bigfoot, maybe.
And if you were
right?
popular, the headline would be like, Covino, huge Bigfoot guy.
believes in Bigfoot. It's like, wait, hold on. I was asked a stupid question. I gave a stupid answer. And that's kind of what happened. But he does deflect. Instead of just owning it, he's like, yeah, you know, like Salcedo of the Mariners said. It's like, no, you're saying it now, and everyone's running with the story. Now, if it was going to be a Babe Ruth conspiracy, it's not that he never existed. I would say there's a big conspiracy on how white he really is. There's a lot of people that say, yo, look at him. I think he's black. There's a lot of black people that take ownership of Babe Ruth, and they're like, nah, he was black,
Maybe he
man.
was
They
mixed.
just try to cover it. He was mixed. He was mixed, and they're like taking ownership of the Babe. I've seen that one surface a lot. And I don't think there's any conspiracy about...
Well, the most common Babe conspiracy was whether or not he called his shot.
Yeah, called the shot.
I never heard whether or not he existed.
Never existed. You know, is he Bigfoot? Is he thinking of like the mighty Casey? I don't know what he's thinking about.
All right, I have a question for you. Of all the conspiracies you hear people say,
yeah,
and we've had Jesse Ventura on our show when he's not living down in the Baja, talk about the Denver airport and, you know, Area 51 and all this crazy stuff.
There's a lot of strange imagery at the Denver airport.
Well, whether or not you buy into some things.
You remember that mural there with like, I don't know, it was like that terrible, horrible mural that they have and that evil Bronco in the front?
I know. I wonder, are there conspiracies that you, no matter what, are like, how dumb could one be to believe that?
Well, flat Earth is the dumbest,
Well,
right?
I don't think it's the dumbest.
I think it's the dumbest of the dumb.
The dumbest of the dumb.
What's dumber than that?
There are people that believe planes didn't hit the towers on 9/11. Good for you.
You know one thing, nothing moves without you, and right now companies everywhere are looking for skilled people who can keep their supply chains running strong.
Yo, you got skills?
Find your next job through Express Employment Professionals.
At Express Pros, logistics isn't just another career field, it's a specialty. From warehouse associates and forklift operators to shipping, receiving, CDL drivers, inventory coordinators, and more, Express connects you with the roles that keep business moving.
Go to expresspros.com, find a location near you. Give them a call. Whether you need to get your foot in the door, like I did with my internship.
That's true. Back in the day.
With the contract role,
All those
or
credits.
looking for full-time work, Express finds you a job where your skills fit and your experience matters.
The best part with Express, you never have to pay a fee, any job seeker. So get ready for your next shift, your next challenge, your next big move. Let Express help you find that logistic job that fits. Visit Express Pros today. Stop searching alone. Get support, get options, and get to work. And it's time for our Express Pros Pro of the Week.
Drum roll, please. Drums, please.
That's my belly.
Thank you, Danny G. The Express Pro of the Week is Cardinals Joshua Baez, bro.
Hey, guy.
Rookie Joshua Baez, 3 home runs in his debut. It's never been done. And then what really sealed the deal, first pitch, first bomb, 449-foot blast, put on a show. What a week, dude.
All right, now it's time for Weekend Hobnobbing.
All right, Covino here. I'll make it snappy. This is self-serving, but I don't want you to miss out. We filled in for Dan Patrick this week, right? We had some great interviews. Hall of Famer Drew Brees, Ice Cube, Frank Caliendo. It's all on our YouTube page. It's worth the watch. If you missed us, we want you to see it. It's at Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. At Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Ice Cube was great, man. I love talking to him. We talked music and sports. And on that same page, at Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube, a brand new episode of Overpromise. That's our bonus pod, episode 152. Get this. The star of Dugout Dads, Patrick Renna, the great Hambino, and Topanga, Danielle Fishel were on the show, and they were great. We had a full-on, 35-minute interview. So check that out on Overpromise right here on our YouTube page. And then in the fight game, super pumped. Saturday night, Teofimo Lopez, Rolly Romero, fighting for Rolly's WBA strap, welterweight strap at 147. I love Teofimo, but he's been a little flat. I think Rolly Romero may have him. Saturday, preseason NFL foosball, Chiefs-Bucks. I'm excited about that one. That's one on ESPN Unlimited.
All right. Now, as far as Apple TV goes, Danny, you and I can't stop raving about Silo.
Yeah.
If you're not caught up, you can binge all 3 seasons. It's fantastic. And the new Ted Lasso, at first I'm like, oh, why are they doing Lasso? They left off so perfectly. Danny, it's been so good. Ted Lasso is fantastic. Now on Netflix, the new season of Tires with Shane Gillis, I'm a big fan. Apparently this is the best season yet. So season 3 of Tires. Apparently. The Adam Ray Show. If you like Adam Ray, who's also he's always on Kill Tony. Adam Ray's got his show, and The Last House, which is some creepy movie. Did you see
it
this?
last weekend.
Did you watch it, Danny?
Yeah, it's great until the
when
last
they're
half
trapped
hour.
in the house?
Yeah, the last half hour is so unbelievable you start laughing.
I started it, yeah.
You did start?
I started it. I haven't finished.
So anything you guys got? Perfet, Danny G, what you got?
I've got a couple things real quick since we're on movies. The Rivals of Amziah King, the Matthew McConaughey flick.
All right.
Independent one. That is, it's been fantastic. It's in my watch list to see. The other thing is, if we're going to go back to sports real quick, sorry, this is me. I love horse racing. I'm going down to Del Mar in San Diego.
Del Mar!
On Saturday, the Pacific Classic, Grade 1, winning your into the Breeders' Cup Classic. Big race.
Nice.
There you go. Awesome.
All right, we got some NFL preseason about to kick. Jets at the Steelers, Panthers at the Jags, and a little later, the Packers at the Broncos. And then don't forget, friend of the show, Ice Cube and his Big Three championship game going down tomorrow at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte. It's 1 p.m. Eastern. A new champion of the Big Three shall be crowned.
No, that's awesome. So enjoy that.
CBS and BET.
And enjoy your weekend, man. If you missed any of our shows, catch the podcast. Search Covino and Rich wherever you stream. And I'm telling you, like Danny G said, hear Ice Cube talk about the Big Three and everything else on our YouTube page. Definitely check that out.
Guys, have a great weekend. You deserve it. For a lot of people, this might be your last weekend before your snot-nosed kids go back to school. So enjoy.
And football.
And football, because football is coming. I can't wait.
College football, 2
week
weekends.
0.
Woo! All right, hey, enjoy your weekend until Monday. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
Have a great weekend. We out of here.
Yeah.
Peace.